better than blue skies on a Friday, especially the Friday before Thanksgiving. So happy you are here. This is Atlanta & Company. I'm Christine Pilara. Thank you so much for joining us today for our second half hour. Well, it is sad to say, but the dropout rate is continuing to be a problem here in Georgia. Thankfully, there's an organization in town who's dedicated to working with local communities to keep our students in the classroom. Joining us now from Communities in Schools of Georgia are President Carol Lewis, Site Coordinator Damona Warren, and student Leela Haley. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Got to reverse that of you two, the order of that. Leela's in the middle. Thank you. We appreciate this. This is continues to be a problem. So, Carol, I want to start with you. What's the difference between Communities in Schools of Georgia and Communities in Schools of Atlanta?
The difference is Communities in Schools of Georgia is our nation's. We are the organization that manages the entire state.
Okay.
We have 32 affiliates across the state of Georgia, and CIS of Atlanta is one of those affiliates.
Got it. And let's talk about your mission and how you're working specifically with those school districts.
Our mission is to surround our students with a community of support, empowering them to succeed in school and to achieve in life. And we work with our school districts. In order for us to be able to work within the schools, we have to work with our school boards, our superintendents,
right,
as well as our principals to bring in, and they have to agree to have us come into the schools. And one of the things that we also do is that we make sure that we have a planful marriage, that we're working together. We also do what we call the CIS model, that provides that site coordinator at the school site level to be able to bring in resources from the community to coordinate those services at the school site where the students are for the majority of their day.
Now, is the model research-based? What kind of success have you had?
Yes. Our model has been independently researched and evaluated. So we're always thrilled to be able to tell people that it's not just that we feel like we're doing a great job, but we've had an independent evaluation, take a look at the model, and we know that it impacts the students and effectively impacts the students that we work with.
So it's working.
It's working.
Yeah. What are we seeing over the years? Can you guys tell? So it's getting worse, or are the dropout rates, steady? What are the numbers?
We've seen the dropout rate for Georgia. We've actually seen, I guess, the graduation rate increase.
Good.
And for those students that are working with Communities in Schools Georgia and Communities in Schools in Atlanta and across Georgia, we've seen a 94% graduation rate for those students in 2013.
Good.
So we're about 14% higher than the state's rate.
Excellent. And Carol, here's the question. People who might be watching might say, hey, I don't have any children, or my children are all grown up. Why should they be invested in this kind of program?
We all need to be invested because dropouts just contribute to a weak economy.
Sure.
They're not contributors to our tax base. They're not going to contribute to the well-being and the growth in the community, but they are going to take on or even take taxes in the use of increased services that are provided, lower educational rates, and it just kind of brings down the entire community, entire state. We also need to be competitive on a global market.
Right.
It's almost next to impossible to think that, a long time ago we were thinking that we were competing with the kid across town, but now we're competing with the child across the world. Exactly.
Great point. And Damona, I want to turn now to you. Talk about how you help students in the caseload succeed, in your caseload particularly. What's a typical day like?
Exciting.
Good.
I'm an excitable person. Exciting.
And that's what they need, right?
Yes, very busy. I could walk into school with my cell phone, talking to a parent about getting resources so that they can have things in their home so the student can be successful. Once I enter the building, I'm meeting with students. I'm high-fiving them, congratulating them for passing the test. I'm meeting with the administrators, the teachers, to find out how I can support them to help the students succeed.
So, I mean, the impact that you're making must be just so tremendous. I know we're looking at some pictures of really turning these kids, or the kids that may be right there on the line, to really turning their lives around and making them realize that they need to stay in school. But specifically, how are you helping them achieve their goals?
Well, first of all, when I first meet with them, I ask them what are their dreams and their aspirations. And we develop a plan, an individual student plan that drives them to make great grades. I tell them that they will be the next salutatorian or valedictorian in their school.
Okay.
You will be in the top 25. So therefore, I'm always giving them incentives for doing great,
Right.
passing the class.
So important.
Passing the class, a test that passing a test that they thought that they may not have, could be able to pass.
Right.
I'm congratulating them because they came to school every day on time.
Right.
I'm congratulating them because they have just stepped up to the plate where their behavior is concerned.
And I want to turn to Layla real quick. Talk to me about what this experience has been like for you before Ms. Warren got a hold of you, so to speak, started working with you.
Wow. At school for me, it was such a challenge. Growing up, going to school. She's really given me confidence. You know, I have somebody to turn to, somebody to talk to. She's supplied me with things I've needed. She's just been there for me.
How have things improved, what would you say?
Such as improvement, my grades have improved dramatically.
Good.
As far as friends go, it used to be so hard for me to actually make friends, and finally I'm starting to really make friends, and not just friends who will mess with me, the actual friends that
Right.
you know, they're there for me. Just,
Sincere friendships.
Yes,
you've
there we
formed.
go.
Yeah, and Caroline, want to make sure we get in the annual Christmas gifts and clothing drive and how we can all help.
We're doing across our network, in particular here in the metro area. We really would like people to go to our website and they can find the locations. They can do drop-offs if they'd like to donate cash or gifts, but you'll be able to, if you go to the website, you'll be able to find that information.
Terrific, and I'll say that website right now. It's been up on their screen. Thank you all so much. Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you. Excellent. Thank you for your hard work and helping our students all throughout the state. And if you would like more information about communities and schools of Georgia, please call 404-897-2953 or log on to CISGA, that's CISGA.org.